Yes, you caught me. Ooh, turn this down a bit. Right, this is backup test day today. I've also got to do a bit of a running repair. Now for backup, I'll show you, I've got an Eon all-in-one mixer. Now, nothing special. I bought it off of eBay as a spare. It had hardly been used. It's much the same as the Newmark CD Mix 1. Now I know what you're going to say, the professional DJs, you know, rubbish. But, you know, I've used this as a second setup in a pub for about 2 years, had no problems with it. Generally it's been fine, I've got to say, and it's still working, so fingers crossed. So let me show you it first of all. I'm going to take you off the stand here. Right, it's pretty straightforward. Different colour lights on the Eon one, so it's a bit prettier. Right, now let's see if we can see here. Yeah, anyway, normal setup. CD player. Oh, we've got a bit of Marvin on here. So I can't tell whether you can see this, but track select times 10 if you need to. Pitch is on and off. That's done. You can turn that off. You can BMP tap, which isn't very accurate, to be honest with you. What else have we got? Time, left, time. I'm not very with it today. Search. I don't want to be right. Fast forward it slightly. The same on the other side. Master. Q level. Q1 and 2. Two different size inputs for the headphones, which is strange. Fader activated play, so it'll turn on and turn off on your fader here. The bit I don't like about it is no mic equalisation, but there is a three-way main equalisation, highs, mids and lows. Why have I got it out today? I haven't used it for a bit, so I'm testing it. Also, I've got 2 spare amps. Let me turn that down. I've got... Oh, you're still there, sorry. 2 spare amps. One's pretty good, even though it's a cheapie, and one is literally a spare one. A friend gave it to me. So that's the one I'm using mainly today. And it's the dreaded Pro Sound, I don't know if you can see this, there we go, Pro Sound 400. It is literally a 200 watt, I think, at 8 ohms amp, and you know, I wouldn't put it in anything other than dreaded emergencies, and I am getting rid of it. What's below it I bought as a second hand and quite cheap, and you're going to turn your noses up, the SoundLab G097N. At 8 ohms it throws out, I think, about 400 and something watts each side. At 4 ohms it is about 600 and something. It's been great, been really good. I've used it as a backup amp, I've used it as an installation in a pub with the Eon mixer, and it's been great. No problems. It's got all the bits on it. I've run it hard, it's fine, no problem. Right, now also what I'm testing today, I have got a problem with one of my plastic speakers. I've got a couple of cheap speakers that I've had for a couple of years that I use for very small gigs, you know, house parties, things like that, and that's these ABS. Excuse it being up that way, I suppose I could do it that. Now, there's a lot of snobbery about these things, but these have been really good, and you know, they're a bit mid-toppy. They're not very bassy, but you know, for what they are, they've been good. But I have blown a speaker. But what I want to show you, I've opened them up to see what's inside. Now, I don't know if I don't think you're going to get that, but on the tweeter it's a big old magnet on there for something that's meant to be so cheap. And I have taken, because I've blown it, I'll show you what's happened to it. We'll go over here. The main woofer is a 15-inch woofer, has cracked and just fallen off. So I don't know what that's all about. The only good thing about it, I've lost it now. Oh, there it is. Oh, the only good thing about it, I can use it as a little sun hat for my balding patch, which I suppose that's quite handy. But what I wanted to show you, I'm going to replace these. Oh, now this is meant to be a particularly cheap speaker, cheap and nasty. Big old magnet on the back. There's no specs, I can't tell you what they are. Push connectors. I think it's alright, I think it's fine. You know, I think, oh, it's heavy as well. I think there's a lot of snobbery in these things, and yeah, horses for courses. I wouldn't necessarily take this out for a giant hall only speakers. You know, and it's not a Mackie, it's not an EV, I know that. But for what it cost, you know, it's fine for doing small hall parties. You know, put a sub with that, I think it'll get you through. You know, they're about 300 watts each. Anyway, where are we? What the main part of this as well was I wanted to check the tweeters on this, and I wanted to check to make sure this one was still all right. So first of all, and also what I must say is if you have got spare gear, you've got to use it now and again. I've said this before, you must use it now and again. So that's why I'm plugging it all in, that's why I'm using this amp. Right, where are we? We're going to turn this up, something a bit soulful. I set all the controls at flat. And it does sound very mid. Very, very mid. Give it some bass. Bit of top. Now I'm going to try a few other tracks. Now that one's sounding alright. I was worried that both of them had blown, so... oh, bit of loofah. But as far as I can tell, that sounds fine. Sounds fine. It hasn't... the cap hasn't fallen out in the middle. There don't seem to be any cracks, so... perhaps you can tell me what went wrong with that other one. What I'm now going to do, I thought there was someone at the door then, is I've isolated the two wires for the woofer. So what I'm going to do is just, it's going to be quite uncomfortable, is to put the sound up just for the tweeter on that speaker. I'll turn that one down. Oh, nasty. Take all the bass out, give it a bit of mid, bit of top. Now I know this is rated higher than the amp I'm using, and I've only got the amp on low, but by that I think I can take a chance that it's probably alright. So the bottom line is I know I can order replacement to match up exactly with the one I'm taking out, otherwise I'd recommend, unfortunately, you've got to buy a pair. But I'm just going to stick the same thing in again. I'm buying some new speakers. I'm going to get some NG, what am I talking about? I'm getting some JBLs, sorry, cracking up, day off, cracking up. JBLs as recommended by the guys. So I'm going to get them in the next few days. I've been promising to get them for ages. I'm ordering some new racks because this bugger is impossible to carry. And one thing that really annoys me, because it wasn't cheap, because of the weight that it should be designed for, these handles on both sides have cracked and they just pull out. So cracked here as well. So I'm going to get a couple of new cases. One I think for my Sound Lab amp. I might use that. I have got another amp as well, but I might use the Sound Lab amp and my crossover, so that'll be a 3U I think. And then I'll stick, I might just leave this in this one and use it for wires or bits and bobs. As for a new deck, I'm thinking of buying the Gemini as a backup and putting this back in the pub that it was in, so I don't know, we'll see. It's all money, and we're here to earn money, so you know, you have to weigh this up. There's a lot of snobbery. I've been looking at it. Some of you guys, honestly, oh, you must get the Pioneers, you must get the New March, you must get this, you must get that. Really, I don't think that's what it's about. Yeah, we want quality. Excuse me, we want quality, we want something that's going to last, but you have to weigh that up on how much money you're going to earn out of it. Now I do probably, now I've got to be honest with you, probably 4 to 6 gigs a month, and that's mainly because of the work I do that has me working some nights, so I can't do it as many nights as I would like to, but you know, 1 a week is probably fair. If I miss 1 week for one reason, I can do like a Friday and Saturday night or something like that. So you got to then weigh that up about how much money, you know, £1,000 for one CD player really isn't what it's all about for me. So I am going to buy some new kit over the next sort of couple of months. Speakers initially, and then a subwoofer. I'm thinking of going powered subwoofer, but I haven't made my mind up yet, but probably powered subwoofer. Anyway, that's all for now. It was just an insight to my morning without the wife, playing about with my kit, doing a few repairs and seeing if everything worked. So a bit of a messy video, but you get the gist. Anyway, everyone else, practice and enjoy.